Sunny.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 571. Today, we're going to welcome by phone from Provo, Utah, world-renowned dentist, prosthodontist, dental educator, and philanthropist, Dr. Gordon Christensen. I'm very proud to be able to say that. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko. And if you'd go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and we're streaming live on Facebook. I want to remind you that in about 10 minutes, we're going to give away free flowers from DeSantis Florist. You'll have a chance to call in and win. So let me introduce my guest. Let me just tell you a little bit about him. Dr. Gordon Christensen is founder and chief executive officer of Practical Clinical Courses, PCC for short, chief executive officer of Clinicians Report Foundation, CR for short, and a practicing prosthodontist in Provo, Utah. Dr. Christensen and Dr. Rella Christensen are co-founders of the nonprofit Clinicians Report Foundation, previously named CRA. Currently, Dr. Rella Christensen is the director of the TRAC Research Division of the CR Foundation. Since 1976, they have conducted research in all areas of dentistry and published the findings to the profession in the well-known CRA newsletter, now called Clinicians Report. Dr. Christensen's degrees include DDS from the University of Southern California, Masters of Science in Dentistry in University of Washington, PhD, University of Denver, and 2 honorary doctorates. Early in his career, he helped initiate the University of Kentucky and University of Colorado dental schools and taught at the University of Washington. Currently, he is an adjunct professor at the University of Utah School of Dentistry. He has presented thousands of hours of continuing education globally, made hundreds of educational videos used throughout the world, and published widely. Dr. Gordon Christensen and Dr. Rella Christensen's sons are dentists. William is a prosthodontist, and Michael is a general dentist. Their daughter, Carlene, is an administrator in a biomedical company. He is a member of numerous professional organizations, which, if I mention them all, may take the entire show, so I guess we're going to skip that right now. Suffice it to say, Dr. Gordon Christensen is a rock star in dentistry. There isn't a dentist in the United States that hasn't heard of Dr. Gordon Christensen, and many of us have heard him speak, have listened or viewed his continuing education seminars, have read the Clinicians Report, which evaluates dental products so that everybody in dentistry knows Dr. Gordon Christensen and knows of him. We're really, really happy and proud to have him on the show here. So, Dr. Christensen, I want to tell you just how happy I am that you're on the show. And I mean, within the profession of dentistry, just like I said a minute ago, you're a rock star. I mean, you're probably the best-known dentist in the United States and maybe the world. So I'm curious, how did that come to be?
How did it come to be?
Yeah.
Evolution. Unbelievable. I went to University of Southern California, and I thought when I graduated, well, I had to go in the military, or I would have been drafted to go in the dental corps anyway, so I went in. And I thought, in a couple, 3 years, this is Vietnam War time, that I'd go to Santa Barbara, California, settle down and be a dentist. But I got recruited to go to University of Washington and teach and go to graduate school, and then one thing led to the other, and it just evolved into what it is now.
Wow. So you've traveled, how many countries have you traveled to?
I haven't even counted. I do about 100 courses a year, though, somewhere on the earth.
Oh my goodness. So you've spent the better part of 6 decades in dentistry.
Yes, I certainly have.
What are some of the most impactful changes that you've seen during that time? I know there are probably more than one or
That
two.
is a very excellent question. I'm so old that I was around when the air rotor handpiece came in.
Oh, really?
And as it came in, there was no control of speed. So it was either 0 or it was 300,000. In other words, major-sized buckle pits at that point,
Oh, wow.
because you could not control it at all. That was probably one of the most important ones.
So you couldn't really do a small filling because that drill was spinning so fast. Wow.
Then subsequently, many things came along. I would have to say implants are probably the singular most important one in the last 40 years.
Yeah, because finally we can replace teeth with something that looks and acts like teeth.
Yeah, and serves relatively well. There is, as you know, a down right now as this peri-implantitis thing has come along, and although we at one time thought that implants were going to be God's gift to dentistry, we're finding there's still nothing like a tooth.
No,
We can save it.
but at least they don't get decay. They do get gum
That's
disease. You can lose bone, but if you brush them and floss them, at least they can't rot.
That's right.
So implants. How long have you been involved in placing implants?
My first course was at Mayo from Dr. Brandemark himself.
Oh, my goodness.
Leader of the root form implant into dentistry.
Yeah, let me just explain to folks that Dr. Brandemark invented the implant. It is the oldest, longest-standing dental implant company. So to be trained by the gentleman that actually invented it, that's pretty cool.
And subsequently, because I was a dumb prosthodontist and not an oral surgeon, although I was a surgical prosthodontist and have always been, I've been placing surgical implants now for 34 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, I've been placing them for about 12 years now.
And how do you feel about it?
Oh, I love it. I did 2 today. I love to be able to do that for patients, to give them back their teeth, their smile, something strong. You can hook a partial to them. You can use them for bridge work. And, we make them in the office, so I have all that control.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's really
I
great.
feel general dentists should be doing the majority of the implants as they are in most countries, because 90% of implants are singles.
Right.
And with 90% singles, all you have to do is find a patient with decent bone. And what's decent bone? 6 millimeters front to back and 10 millimeters crest to the length of the implant, and have them healthy. And it's as simple as a Class 2 composite.
Right. In fact, it's funny you'd mention those dimensions because that's exactly what I had. On Thursday I did 2 9-millimeter implants length, and one was a 6 millimeter wide and the other was 4.3 because it was a bicuspid.
Yeah. Well, that's where we ought to be. And they are in many countries. We're way behind in that
Are we really?
orientation in America.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we are, the latest data I've been able to glean is about 10% of general dentists are doing implants. It varies. In the state I'm in, it's much higher.
Okay.
But I get in some states and provinces where it's not even, get a course of 300, I'll have 3 or 4 guys doing implants.
Wow, that's not very many. See, I think that comes from, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems to come from the people who teach the courses to the general dentists tend to be specialists, and sometimes it feels like they're teaching us just enough about the procedure to make us think we should send it to them. What do you think?
Yes.
Sad but true?
We have 13 courses in our series, in practical clinical courses, and for a long time I had oral surgeons giving the oral surgery part. And subsequently I figured out there was too much of an emphasis toward, you can't do that, it's too hard, you'll get in legal trouble. And soon I determined I was going to go with either specialists who were eclectic,
Right.
and there aren't very many of them, or general dentists who had subspecialized. They're general dentists with a emphasis in oral surgery. Carl Kerner has been our major person teaching oral surgery for quite a while. Carl is unbelievable. He tells it as it is, and they go out raving about what they learned.
That's good. That's the way it ought to be. Because, I also do IV sedation, so that makes it easier for me to offer implants because people are nervous, right?
Absolutely.
So with the ability to sedate somebody, you can take that fear factor away. And like I said, on Thursday, the gentleman that we sedated him intravenously to place 2 implants before, it only took an hour for everything, sedation, placing the 2 implants, and then he was out the door with his wife going to get his prescriptions. So
it's really changed over the last years. There are a few other innovations that have come along in my career that have been highly important and changing, not just technical ones, but the rapid involvement with corporate over the last while. I just looked at the data today, and a little over 50% are now either group or corporate.
Right. In fact, that was going to be one of my questions. What are your thoughts on corporate dentistry?
Well, good and bad.
Depends.
If it weren't for corporate, I do not know where the younger dentists would go getting out of school, $200,000 to $600,000 in debt.
That's a good point.
With few skills at that point and with almost no experience. All they had was 18 months of fiddling in dental school. So without corporate and with the military, well, the Army now has a responsibility for about 525,000 people, and the Navy's got fewer, and the Air Force is fewer still. So the military's gone down in size, and because of the last administrative group, not the current one, and that has created a smaller dental corps. We used to go in the military. I learned more in the military by far than I learned in school, because we were treating thousands of young people ready to go to Vietnam.
Right.
And so you had to do what was there. You had no way to bug out of it.
So, I'm aware of a couple local dentists who seem to do very well at promoting their practice, at growing their practice. And I just noticed that they both were ex-military. And it was just yesterday I thought, they must teach them something special there.
Well, I'll tell you, I have long been involved with military, had junior high school, college, ROTC, got out, not in the dental corps, I got out in the medical service corps. Then, of course, went to dental school, got out in the dental corps, then did active duty, then did reserve. So I don't know how many years I've had, many.
Wow.
Just 2 weeks ago, I spoke to the dental commanders in the NATO forces in Europe. I was in Germany, and I have great respect for the quality they do. Now, they don't do a lot of quantity, and they certainly admit that. But they do an enormous, wonderful quality. If I were to compare it with typical general practice average, it's undoubtedly somewhat higher.
Okay. So the innovations that you said would be the most impactful, I guess, to recap, would be the high-speed drill.
Yeah, the high-speed drill was major.
And implants. And for my listeners, corporate dentistry. So that's going to be important to you in a moment because we're about to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. And you may want to pre-program your phone, 614-459-9769. The winner is going to receive free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. But before we do the contest, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
Okay, when asked about the most impactful changes in dentistry Dr. Christensen has seen in his 6 decades in the field, which of the following did he say? A, the introduction of the high-speed dental drill. B, the arrival and success of dental implants. C, the introduction of private dental offices being owned by corporations. Or D, all of the above. All right, the winner's going to receive free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call, 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I wanna hear your mind.
She said people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. All right, we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. Let me just tell you that during the break, we had the winner. It was Donna from Worthington. All right, so if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode number 571. And today we have with us world-renowned dentist, prosthodontist, dental educator, and philanthropist, Dr. Gordon Christensen. Before the break, we were talking about how he learned a lot when he was a dentist in the military and how he has a lot of respect for the quality of the dentistry done in the military. He was in the process of answering my question about what he considered to be the most impactful changes in dentistry in his 60 years in the field.
Things came along that, well, we've had a up and a down. I've helped start several dental schools, and one of them was University of Kentucky. That was in the 60s.
Okay.
And at that point, federal grants were available for dental assistant utilization, and I was able to have 40 dental assistants. That was the number we had in the class, senior class. Every senior student had a dental assistant for their whole.
Oh my goodness.
year.
We still don't have that.
Now, I don't know of a dental school I've really searched that has more than a couple of token dental assistants. So they get out not knowing anything about dental assistants.
Oh, wow.
And most get out not knowing anything about hygienists. They've picked a few teeth themselves.
Right.
But that's about it.
So that's a flaw in the system then.
Yeah.
Okay. And I agree. I didn't realize that. Now that you mention it, when I went to dental school, there were 1 or 2 assistants. They sat at the end of the aisle and they would, get things.
It was wonderful to have every student with a dental assistant because when they got out, they had at least some idea what 4-handed dentistry was. They had no idea about 6-handed or more, but they at least knew that was available.
Yeah.
Now that's been a down because now we're bombing people so much we don't have federal money to put into domestic programs as much, and that has really decreased the expertise and knowledge of the young dentists getting out of school. But back to corporate, the good side of corporate is it provides some place for the young kids to go.
Okay.
The bad side is it's high competition for the local community, especially if they go into a small community. We're finding now with approximately 100 corporates out there, with the largest ones with close to 1,000 dentists in each, that, let's face it, they can negotiate with Shine, Patterson, whoever,
The suppliers.
with fairly significant discounts that the local dentist in the same town cannot, unless they join a cooperative of dentists, and there are more and more of those developing, where the cooperative of a couple hundred dentists can negotiate with the distributors.
Okay, so they're kind of squeezing out the smaller guys, smaller operators, the single dentists.
It's the Walmart of dentistry. That's where we are.
Initially, I didn't have a lot of use for the corporate type offices because the earlier ones especially didn't seem to care that much about quality. It was all about quantity. And it seemed like they weren't giving the dentist enough time to do the job right, that sort of thing. But lately I'm hearing about more and more of these corporate type dental practices that are kind of tapping into the practices that are all about quality and all about great patient care. So, Dr. Christensen, would you say most of the dentists that go into corporate are younger dentists?
Well, there are some middle-aged and older dentists who are going into corporate because they're tired of the paperwork and the hiring and firing and the third-party domination and dictation.
Insurance.
They prefer just to go to work and get off.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing, well, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's fairly high of older dentists, middle career or even older, going into corporate.
Okay. In fact, you know what? One of my questions was going to be, what advice will you give to a 65-year-old dentist who is pondering retirement? So, tell me.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I'm far beyond that age. I don't have any plans for retirement. I enjoy what I do, and I see most of my friends who have retired dying shortly after retirement.
Yeah.
So a person 65, they're not retiring at that age now, as you undoubtedly know. We're looking at ADA numbers looking close to 70 to retiring.
Okay.
I would suggest, of course, they're tired by then, most of them. And I would suggest that they either sell their practice and still stay in the practice as a slave, and some younger dentist owns it, or that they retire and become a dental teacher.
Yes.
Or that they go to work for a third-party payment company, or they become a consultant to one of the larger firms like Ivoclair or 3M or Dentsply.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things they can do. They can get into public health. But I would strongly suggest not to go into golf and real estate and some of the things that some of them do.
Yeah, I actually plan.
An avocation, but certainly not as a vocation.
Right. I don't want to. If I were good enough to be a golfer as a living, I would already be doing that, and I'm not. And so, if I just start golfing so much, I would realize how bad I really am, and I'd probably not have very much fun.
I heard a comic the other day, and he was mimicking some older guy who was retiring, and he asked him, "Well, what are you going to do when you retire?" "Well, I'm going to read books." "Well, what? When you get tired with that, what are you going to do then?" "Well, I haven't been fishing for a long time." "And then what are you going to do when you're done with that?" "Well, I think I'll die." Nothing to do.
Right.
A lot of dentists fail retirement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get in it.
They're bad at it.
They find this isn't what I thought it was, and there's not any money coming in. So they fail retirement. They go back to work because they want to.
Right. My idea of retirement, tell me what you think, is to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would that be good?
I don't have any problem with that. Now, I have 50 full-time employees in clinicians report and practical clinical courses, so I'm herding people a lot of the time, but that's about what I do. It's 2 days a week.
Okay.
I was in this morning, did a rehab.
Okay.
That keeps the hands moving, keeps the brain moving, and keeps you still thinking you're a dentist.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I plan on doing that forever. As long as somebody will let me work on them, I'm going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su sesión favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode number 571. And today we are talking to world-renowned dentist, prosthodontist, dental educator, and philanthropist, Dr. Gordon Christensen. Now, I know you have 2 sons that became dentists. You have a daughter, but also, do you have any grandchildren that are becoming dentists?
I have 8 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren.
Oh, my goodness, 5 great-grandchildren.
Yeah, and the family at large, my wife, of course, is in dentistry.
Right.
PhD, double PhD.
Wow.
And she ran our research group for many years. She now runs our in vivo research group. We're all nonprofit in the research. 2 sons are dentists, one a prosthodontist, one a general dentist. In the family at large, my brother's family has 2 dentists in.
Wow.
Grandchildren dentists. Rella's uncle was a dentist. Rella's brother is a dentist.
Wow.
So we have a lot of people in dentistry. We've got a few hygienists, too.
So, one of my questions was going to be, this is a good time to ask it, what advice would you give to a young person who thinks they might like to pursue a career in dentistry?
I do that probably, at least once a week. I help interview for Brigham Young University and Utah Valley University, as well as others.
Are you on the admissions committee?
I have been. I'm not currently.
Okay.
No, I just interview and try to give them some guidance. And we have not many right now, half dozen pre-dentals who work in our research group, and some pre-meds. Most of the pre-meds turn into dent after they've seen what dentistry is.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be a physician, and then I got exposed Case Western Reserve. I had a course called Dental Orientation, and it was between the 2 semesters. And they paired us up with dental students. They made sure we went to a private dental office. We went to the free clinic in the dental department. And I mean, we're talking boring lectures, preclinical lab. We got to see it all. And I'm thinking, this is exciting stuff.
As you undoubtedly know, U.S. News and World Report rated the last several years dentistry is the #1 health profession and the #2 in all professions. Computers beat us out on that. But veterinary's #2-ish in health.
Yeah.
Medicine's clear down the line.
Yeah, actually.
Their leadership was only 20+%.
Oh. So I know that in 2017 we were the #1 profession in U.S. News and World Report. I didn't know about 18. Did we win in 18 also?
This last year we did it again, and not only just dentistry, but prosthodontists, oral surgeons, orthodontists, hygienists, assistants, all of those were in the top, I can't remember the number, but the top level of health.
The top level in the health field. That's pretty cool. Awesome. All right. Hey, Dr. Christensen, it looks like I'm out of time. So I really...
It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, really appreciate your time. More than you realize. I absolutely do.
Keep up the good work. We need more and more things just like you're doing. I really mean that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, you have a great day. And
you too. See you again when I'm in Ohio.
Okay, so I wanted to mention that, first of all, I hope to get Dr. Christensen on again. We just ran out of time today, so hopefully there'll be another version of this or another episode coming up. Also, I wanted to mention that the flowers from the Santas that'll be delivered to Donna in Worthington, they're not going to come until Wednesday at least because of the holiday, which is Christmas. So today's the day before Christmas Eve, and I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a wonderful time, a wonderful family gathering. And then we'll look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be right here for our kind of like a pre-New Year's Eve show. All right, looks like that's all the time we have today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kvitko and visit my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614